Hello, my name is Catherine Kokinius. I'm your Section 4 GTA, and today I will be talking about Exercise 6. Exercise 6 is the lab where we are going to be trying different physical and chemical control methods for bacterial growth. We will be doing a pour plate, and the one that you will be seeing today is actually going to be our control. So unlike what you would have done in class, we are not going to be doing a treatment. The different treatments are described on page 63 of your lab manual. This is our ULA, Jared. He is going to show us all the different things that we need for this experiment, and I will describe them for you. So, the first thing that you'll need is some contaminated water. This is water that has E. coli in it. The second thing that you'll need are the water blanks. So when you're reading, you might be confused as to what that is, but Jared's holding that up right now. And there are 3 of them. Jared also did a good job, and he labeled everything before he started working. So the water blanks are labeled 10 to the -2nd, 10 to the -4th, and 10 to the -6th. This is a glass pipette. They can be sterilized and reused and should be disposed of in a bleach jar. And you will use a pipette aid to pipette up and down different amounts of liquid. Always be sure that you know where you're going to be pipetting up to and what type of glass pipette you have, what volume. So first, Jared's going to take 1 ml of the contaminated water and put that into the 10 to the -2 water blank. On the left, you'll see that Jared also has different plates, and he's also labeled those already. 10 to the -4, 10 to the -5, 10 to the -6, and 10 to the -7th. These are where we are going to be putting various amounts of our dilution liquids, and we will also pour agar over those, which you will see. This will create a plate that has bacteria growing on top and inside of it, which we can count to determine how many CFUs per mil are in our sample. So there Jared goes, putting the 1 ml of contaminated water into our 10 to the -2 water blank. He's then going to shake that up. And he's being very careful to read the lab manual, which everyone should also do. The one thing that's not imaged here is the use of the flame, which should be on and used to sterilize your pipette and the tip. So as you can see, he got a new pipette, and he's making sure all of his lids are loose on the things that he already worked on. But he will take 1 ml from 10 to the -2 water blank that has the E. coli in it already, and he will transfer that into the 10 to the -4 water blank. Once this dilution is complete, we're going to start plating some of that liquid into the bottom of the empty petri dishes that are already labeled. So as you can see, he put 1 ml from the 10 to the -2 in there, shook it up, and then using that same pipette, he's going to take 1 ml of that dilution and put that into the bottom of the 10 to the -4 plate so that we can pour some liquid agar over that. Well, I guess it's normal agar just in a liquid state, right? So he's putting it in the bottom. And then he's going to take 0.1 ml of that same solution and put that into the 10 to the -5th plate. So 0.1 ml is 10 times less than 1 ml. And that's why that's going into the 10 to the minus 5th plate. And we don't actually need to do another dilution tube. So he got rid of that pipette into the bleach jar, and now he's going to add 1 ml of 10 to the minus 4th dilution into the 10 to the minus 6th water blank. He's doing a good job of showing you what he's doing. So he will take a new pipette and transfer that liquid. So with your treated samples, what we're measuring, right, is CFUs per mil. So we can measure how well your treatment did or didn't work based on the number of colony forming units that you will see on your plate. So Jared now is going to mix up the 10 to the minus 6 dilution tube. And he's showing us the 10 to the minus 6 plate. And he's going to take a new pipette and take 1 ml from that 10 to the minus 6 tube and put that into the bottom of that particular plate. And just like for the 10 to the minus 4th dilution tube, we're also going to take 0.1 ml of the 10 to the minus 6 dilution tube and put that into the 10 to the minus 7th plate. Once you have that all ready, you will call your GTA over to get you some of the molten agar deeps. These can be hot, so be careful when using them. It's recommended that, there I am, hey. It's recommended that when you take these, you roll them back between your hands a couple of times to make sure they're cool, at least for about 20 seconds. And then you will pour it into the bottom of the Petri dish, making sure not to create bubbles. And moving the liquid in a figure 8 very gently to make sure that it all spreads out. And Jared is just going to repeat that for all the other plates. Once he's done with that, he's going to wait for them to dry so that he can flip them over and then incubate them. And then the next time he goes into lab, he will have to count the number of colonies he sees on and within the agar. Good job, Jared.